everybody. This is Being Knowledgeable. Today, guys, I got some great guests with you guys know these fellows, right? You've seen me on their channel. This is the first time they're visiting me on my channel. So we got Death by Sabers. You guys know on the upper corner on this side here. Say hi, D.
Wait, this guy up here?
The other guy, yeah, the mustached man, the man with the stash.
Hello.
We got the guy with the plan. Fanatics of Film, amazing guy.
My plan is to kill myself after the Rise of Skywalker. That's my plan. What's your guys' no? My plan is to hang myself from the rafters of the movie theater when the movie's over.
All right, I gotta shut myself up. So let's see who. So yeah, why are we here today, guys? We're here today, guys, because I normally don't do my stuff. Usually I do, my live streams at like 2:00. Today's something special because I found something out that I thought maybe you guys would like to know about. You Star Wars fanatics might want to find out, might want to see, might want to know about. So I wanted to share with y'all this. Let's see who's here in the chat, so we know before I blow my wad. Before we blow our wad.
Yeah, I should give it. We can wait a minute and talk a little bit about other random stuff before we wait for people if you want.
Sure. What we'll do is actually, what we'll do, DBS. Let's talk about that video that was released before we talk about the leaks.
Collider made a George Lucas parody video where he's reacting to the trailer, and it's awesome. It's great. We'll play that. We'll break it down. We'll go over it. And it's good to get every comment, to listen to every comment that fake George Lucas says, because he's right on.
Well, it's funny too because like Collider has been. I mean, they were a place that was a channel I used to watch a lot of. And when Campia used to be on that show, Campia and Christian Harloff and Jeremy Johns, all of them. Did you guys know that?
No.
So Jeremy Johns, Christian Harloff, John Campia, and I forgot his other guy's name, but from Schmoes No, they all did like Jedi Council, and it was like these four guys, and it was a strong show. It was a really strong. It was one of my favorite shows. Period. Like they were just great, and it was just awesome. And then they split off. And Campia called everybody names. Christian said I've been working my ass off for 5 years being a Star Wars fan. Revealed his shilldom or whatever he's been doing, which we all understand. But I think Christian has been one of the guys that I've always looked up to as far as his knowledge base. He's a real Star Wars fan. He's been one of those guys who I've always looked to for thirsty for knowledge, and he's leaving Collider now. So that's an interesting story behind that, especially with Collider, because Collider, they're trying to get some of the Phantom Menace involved in some of their rhetoric. So with this George Lucas video that they put out.
Well, yeah, it's kind of interesting though, because hey, Rhodes Rants, how's it going? I'm just literally going to bed. So, it's good to know that you're watching me as you're in your jammies.
That's a hardworking Texan.
Yeah,
he's a hardworking Texan.
Star Wars pajamas, because I think we all have our Star Wars pajamas. The originals, though, we don't have Mickey Mouse Star Wars pajamas. But yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. So I'm going to talk about a scoop that I got. Yeah, first of all, didn't you find it weird that Collider was the one that was that posted that George Lucas parody? Wasn't it Collider? Like that was kind of weird. Didn't they get a little flack for that too?
Well, I mean, Collider's been shilling this whole time, but you're asking about specifically about that video.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wasn't
it Collider that posted? That's where I saw was on Collider.
Yeah, Collider posted it. They made it like they have. Well, they're in Burbank, so they have access to like 1 million actors. So they probably auditioned like 20 different actors, and they're like, this guy totally nailed George Lucas, and they just hired him to do it.
I thought it was Lucas. I legitimately thought it was him. I'm not kidding, because when I first saw it, only at first, when I first saw it, I was like, Jesus, this is George Lucas. And then when he put the green screen behind him, we'll watch it after. But
that was pretty funny, yeah.
When he put the green screen behind him, and I'm like, geez, George looks pretty good. He looks a little slender. he lost a bit of weight. Like,
it's the 1975, or no, excuse me, it's the 1982 George Lucas. That's what it is. It's the 1982 George Lucas right there, or 78.
He looked pretty good. I was like, well, so whatever he's doing, keep doing it, man. Like retirement has done him well. He no longer feels the need to do Star Wars, so he lost some weight. And so halfway through, I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't him. Why would he stoop to talking about this? This wouldn't be him. And then after I was like, no, this isn't fucking him. And then I was just like, okay, I get it. It's not him. So it took me a while to catch on. That's how good the guy was. And you're talking about a guy who does impressions, So when I say that guy does a good impression, he does a great impression.
Yeah,
he fooled me, man. He did for a little bit, but it was hilarious. I was laughing my ass off the whole time watching that thing. But do you guys want to watch that now, or do you want to do the other thing first?
Will your video get demonetized if you watch it? I don't know. I mean, I think if
I'm not monetized now, so what do I care?
Okay. That's right. Did they bring you below 1,000? Are you below 1,000 again?
No, I'm 1,000. I'm at 1,000. It has something to do with the fact that I have 2 accounts, two AdSense accounts, and I'm trying to delete one this whole time, and they wouldn't let me delete it. Every time I go to the AdSense page, they'd send me like a warning: you can't enter because blah 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 blah. I'm like, you have to delete an account. I'm like, I'd love to delete an account if you'd let me actually enter the account to delete it. So I found went to a site that was like some Indian guy was like talking, and I just followed his instructions the best I could without speaking, Punjabi or whatever he spoke. So I just Hindi. so I just followed it, and I actually did it. I was successful.
Oh, good, good. So it's just a matter of time before you get monetized again.
Well, I'm gonna have to reapply. Hopefully, it works this time. Knock on wood, and yeah. So let's watch that. Let's watch that trailer. Let's get that one first. See if other people joins us for the other stuff. So we're gonna not the trailer, but the movie, the video, since PBS has it. I thought this was just absolutely genius, though.
All right, I will.
Yeah, it was definitely.
All right, sharing it. Let me know when you're ready. Let's see. Shaney, click on Garrett.
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Oh, wait.
What happened? Technical
Oops, I clicked the wrong. Well, it'll take me a second.
We are suffering technical difficulties.
So by the way, if you don't know what we're talking about, everybody, just to let you know, anybody in the chat or whoever's watching this video, Shaney is referring to a video that Collider made, and it's literally just someone pretending to be George Lucas and reacting to the Rise of the Skywalker most recent trailer.
Okay, Shaney, bring it up on your end.
All right.
Okay.
The way he's sitting is perfect, too. Look at how he's sitting, his legs spread open. He's man spreading the whole way. Look at that man spread.
I've seen worse man spread.
You can't
Let
get
me know if you hear it.
The chair doesn't allow it.
Let me know if you hear the audio.
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
Can you hear it? No.
All right, let me try something else.
There it is. I hear something.
Okay. Oh, God.
We got 5 people in the chat.
My name.
I love how he actually asked for a green screen. He's like,
yeah.
He's like, you guys got a green screen?
Something.
That was like my first tip off that it wasn't him, though. It was that.
Oh, what character?
Pretty funny.
What an arc for Rick. Huh? Jesus Christ.
What an arc. I love that.
Hand taken off. Han Solo was a carbonite or whatever. Oh, this is great. It's great because I didn't make it. Ultimately, I'm not to blame. Oh, that's like her sister died or something, trying to throw a space grenade. They saved a bunch of horses or something. Oh, look, it's Camino. Look at that. That's where all the cloners live. Oh, I can actually feel my life essence draining from the end of the
My life essence is draining.
You guys go pissed off. Worked up. Around the party space. Taking a shit on that. You ever see a Star Destroyer come out of the ocean? Well, you're going to see it now.
That's a little line. Well, you're gonna see it now.
Oh, you happy I'm gone now? You don't have Daddy to kick around anymore. This is what you get. What is that? Oh, C-3PO.
The hair dryer. I love that. I made that.
Soccer ball, throw about a hair dryer. Let's put a dildo in there. You know what? We're just putting my Saga right in the Merry Christmas. You know what that sound is? That's the sound of 1,000 executives just taking a shit on my work. Oh, if it's desert, it's another desert planet. Oh, I wonder which one this is. How exciting. The saga will end. Thank God. Oh, there's the Space Horses. Oh, good. Thank God they tied up that gem of a storyline. Oh, I'm so relieved to make this. This makes Attack of the Clones look like this. Like a lightsaber in the saga's head and just cauterize that thing. It's not good. I know the ending of this film. I'm going to spoil it for you. Spoiler alert. Here's how the film ends. You ready? At the very end, Star Wars dies. My favorite part about the trailer was the beginning when it said my name. The Lucasfilm. The whole idea that you're a dream and you have someone.
I wonder what Lucas thinks of this.
Dude, I would die. I would die. So according to the Midnight's Edge video, according to that, if you guys watched that, according to that and their information, they took information directly from Bob Iger's book. According to them, George has not signed an NDA. Can you believe that?
What is that? What is an NDA? What is that?
Non-disclosure agreement?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he hasn't... George could literally spill the beans about any of this. Like details about what exactly happened. Dude, I want to... more than anything, I want to hear his treatments. I want to hear his trilogy. Apparently, okay, so we know that Luke was going to be training Luke was going to be training Leia. We knew that Luke was going to be training Leia in one of the movies. I think he was going to be training her in episode 2 or 3. But in episode 8, we were going to get the Guardians of the Wills, or the Wills. We're going to get a lot more of the details on what the Wills are. And get more crazy spiritual stuff. Like, that would be taking the Force to the next level. And really, especially with the technology that we have now, I would die to see that. Episode 8, just this completely there's a good story intertwined from what people are saying. There's peppered stuff in there, but Jaina Solo and all that stuff. But apparently, or is it Tana? I can't remember what George's thing was, but he was going to introduce the Guardians or the Wills, the actual Wills themselves. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
No, I'm not that familiar.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the Wills.
So they're spirits who are basically like entities of the Force. They're spirit dwelling entity / alien / sentient beings who are an embodiment of the Force. And so having them like be like Luke having to turn to them in episode 8 and like have this like epic spiritual like close encounters of the third kind type of throwdown, like that would be incredible. I would just
well here's an added thing to that. Like here's the thing. After Luke, even let's say the Last Jedi, Luke felt like after he lost Kylo Ren, because Kylo Ren killed everybody, and he felt despair. Instead of having Luke abandon the Force and sit on a freaking island, pouting, with a bunch of porgs, that would have been a good plot line to have him go seek out the Wills for help, right? If you need a little assistance, at least it doesn't show he's trying. He's not giving up. He won't give up on Kylo Ren, and he wouldn't give up on them. So he, you know what I mean? And that's sort of where where you still have that sort of that disconnect that we can't seem to get past, is the fact that like it takes Rey, who knows nothing of the guy or anybody, to like say she wants to save Kylo Ren. There's still good in him, but Luke, who saved whose own father was like the worst thing in the universe, and he goes out of his way to save Darth Vader, but he wouldn't go out of his way to save his own nephew. Like, what insane? Isn't that insane that he would just give up on his nephew? He's a lost cause. Meanwhile, his father was more of a lost. He's not even a human anymore. His father was half machine at that point, and he didn't have a history with his father, and he still didn't want to give up on him. He has a history with Kylo Ren, and yet he gave up on him. What a piece of garbage that was. Like, there's no need for that. And that's one of the things that
Luke didn't give up on him. Ryan Johnson gave up on him.
Well, yeah. Well, exactly. Ryan Johnson gave up on Star Wars, period. So,
do you mind? Sorry, just really quick. Just so you know, just in case anybody's wondering, anybody on the chat, anybody listening to this video. So I'm sure they know, but I mean, in accordance with the stuff that we've learned, George Lucas's original treatment was Luke was supposed to be isolated, and then him having to train somebody, that whole concept was a good thing, but it does pull him back into the Force. It pulls him back into the Force. Anyway, that was something that was a George Lucas thing, FYI. So, it wouldn't have been. My point is that it wouldn't have been done in such a nihilistic way. Like, the way it was done was so modern nihilistic. But if George had done it, Luke would have come around much sooner, and he would have been like, he wouldn't have been removed completely from the Force. He would just would have been down about stuff. And having him have a lost lover, that's my thing. Anyway, that's my opinion.
The whole being down on the Force is not in and of itself bad, but at the same time, the brandishing the lightsaber in menacing way, it's out of character, and I don't know if Lucas would have done that. Just I'm gonna kill him because I can't think of any other reason. And even if George Lucas did think of that, I'm sorry, but I'm not. Just because George Lucas said something doesn't mean I think it's going to be great either. Because George Lucas had some really stupid ideas. Midichlorians for one. We can't. At some point we have to say, there's got to be, there's got to be some like reason, because we weren't all great. We didn't all agree with George Lucas's ideas in the prequels either, right? There was a lot of stuff that we didn't agree with. So I think George Lucas has good ideas, but I do think he kind of needs to have other people help him out, say, yeah, that's a good idea, maybe not that. You know what I mean? We all do. We all have that. So just to say, just because George Lucas did it doesn't mean it's a great idea either. As we saw, Jar Jar, there was a lot of not so good ideas that Lucas came up with.
My point is that I think it would have been a lot more optimistic. That's all I was saying. It wouldn't have been done in such a negative light. But who cares? Yeah. So it is what it is.
Well, anyway, so I guess like what we're probably up against a bunch of different channels doing their streams. It was kind of impromptu, but we'll throw it up anyway. So here's the thing. So today this was a couple of things that dropped. We have a couple of leaks, some leaky boats going on in Lucasfilm, guys. So. What did you did you see those pictures yet, Ben?
Briefly, I'd love to see them now. I'd love to.
All right, let's pull up those leaks we got.
It's funny. It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder which one of these are real, which ones are fake, which ones are intentionally leaked, and which ones are not intentionally leaked. Like, which ones are actually like. I mean, because everybody says
they're all intentionally leaked.
Okay.
All of them.
Okay.
100%. See, here's the thing. I'm starting to not believe a lot of the rhetoric. It seems like there's a lot going on in this movie. And I'll tell you what I mean for just because when I went to the store and I found out, like, have you seen any trailer with the Knights of Ren in it? I haven't seen one yet. Have you seen Knights of Ren in any trailer? I haven't.
I don't think we've
I
seen
don't know
it.
if I'm missing.
No.
Yet they're.
Are you guys getting me at all? Am I delayed?
We know they're going to be in it. I don't know. Speak DBS. Are you delayed too, or is it just?
I mean, the Knights of Ren was JJ. I don't know. It sounds like I might be. I might try. I'm going to try refreshing. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. But JJ said he himself said he wanted to make a movie about the Knights of Ren themselves. Like, he said that specifically because they were his idea. The Knights of Ren was his thing. That was his baby. And so it's weird that, it sounds to me like they're not going to give Luke anything to do. At least if they have him do anything, like have him fight the Knights of Ren, because apparently it's going to be Kylo and Rey fighting Palpatine, which they have absolutely no connection to Palpatine at all whatsoever. So it's kind of pointless.
Do you see that? Do you see the image I'm posting here?
Yes, I sure do.
Okay, so this is I got this at the Disney store. I went to a couple of toy stores today, and I saw toys that they were putting in the Rise of Skywalker section. So this is a toy. These are the toys of the Knights of Ren. So we know they're in it for sure, because you got the red guy, the red stormtrooper on the back, and all these are the Knights of Ren. It's behind glass. That's why you got the reflection when my flash went off. Picture. So we know that for sure those guys are definitely in it.
And so real quick, those are Sith Lord. Apparently, according to the marketing, they're Sith Lord stormtroopers, right? So it's a red stormtrooper, meaning it's a Sith Lord. It's like if you're gonna have actual Sith Lords, just make them real Sith Lords. Don't make them Sith Lord stormtroopers. I mean, that's seriously the dumbest thing I've ever.
They're stormtroopers that have the Force, that can use the Force.
I know, but it's like if they were, why would you put him in a stormtrooper outfit? Just have him be an actual Sith Lord. That's my opinion.
Yeah, have them walk around like Inquisitors.
Yeah.
So here's the other thing I wanted to post, wanted to show, which was this was the main one for me. This was the big one. You see it, right? So if you guys don't know what you're looking at, can you see it now better, Ben? Should I make it bigger?
Oh no, I can see it. I can see it great. It's 3PO with Chewbacca's bowcaster, the famous bowcaster. I used to always play the old Battlefront games, and I used to always play Chewbacca because he was just so fun to play with on Endor. And you'd have him, and he would use his bowcaster. That was his thing.
Yeah,
that was always Chewbacca's thing.
On the video game, the bowcaster, you hold down the button, and it could shoot, with a stronger burst, and do more damage if you held down the button.
Okay, see
which one? Which game was that?
Battlefront. The original Battlefront and Battlefront 2. Have you played the new Battlefront?
I played Battlefront 2, yeah, but I never played the original.
I bought a PS4 for it, but then I took it back.
So my whole thing with that is that so you got. Hang on, let me just go back to original. So the whole thing with that was just like, why does he have the bowcaster? Why? I mean, I'm trying to think of the rational reason for why. I know he's supposed to be a battle droid, but then they give him Chewbacca's weapons, and not just his weapon, but his actual, like, why the sash too, right? Obviously, you must have to have it. I guess special bullets, or whatever it shoots. That must be like where he reloads it from. But it's kind of awkward, right? First of all, it looks ridiculous on him. He should be way bigger because what is he, like 10 feet tall?
It does. It looks like it's half, like 3/4 of his size. So I mean, did you get a good look at the Chewbacca toy? Is the Chewbacca toy?
Yeah, it was in the back. He had the bowcaster as well, and it was way in the back. He looked like the old Chewbacca, like nothing different. They didn't change him at all.
So they both have bowcasters.
Yeah, and they both have.
So this could literally be just a. Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, no, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I'm just literally saying. So this literally could just be a misdirection, and they both get bowcasters. Like I think that it's just literally to get us thinking that 3PO is undergoing this crazy thing where 3PO is not a fighter; he's a runner. He runs from battles. And I just don't see him doing that. But it'd be interesting to see. He did that once in Attack of the Clones when he had a right when his head was put on his head was put on the body of. So we've seen him engaged in battle before. It's not like, but that was believable because he was reprogrammed. So I think that
he was also on the head of his head.
Yeah.
His head was on the body though of.
Yeah. I think they're just going to have them both have bowcasters. Like they're going to give a bowcaster to 3PO, and 3PO is going to shoot somebody for like 3 minutes, and that'll be it.
Chewie's gonna look weird without his shoulders thing, his bowcaster, just naked,
But what if they kill Chewie? What if that's like they don't want to spoil that? Maybe that's one of the things they don't want to spoil. I think it's a possibility. I mean, I don't put anything past them anymore. Like you said, they don't want to pay for the old characters. What if they just, that's one of the secrets they want to keep? They want to keep. They don't want to talk about that one. I'm just trying to throw that out there, not because I want to shit stir, but I mean, we got to figure out what we want to believe, which is, yeah, they'll just have 2 bowcasters and 2 satchels, which it doesn't make any sense to me because I don't think there's only been one throughout the entire saga, and he's the only one that wore it. It doesn't look like it fits him properly, which means it's definitely not someone
Can you pull up that photo? Is there any chance you could pull up that photo again, man?
Yeah, I even have a video of another version of it,
Okay.
because I found two different stores that had it. So I'll show up. Hold on.
I think they're gonna have both of them have bowcasters, and they're gonna be fighting alongside each other, which would be cool to see. I don't have any problems with it. I think it'd be cool to see. I don't think they'll kill Chewbacca because, once again, from what I've read and from the the interviews that I've heard from members of Lucasfilm, they said specifically the reason why they retconned everything and basically dismissed the entire EU is because Chewbacca died in that story. Chewbacca was dead in that storyline. They wanted to bring Chewbacca back and have Chewbacca, like, he's literally a living prop. He's literally like, okay, now we put Chewbacca in there. Now it looks like Star Wars. Okay, that looks good now. Like, it's this very, it's, even though he should probably have died with Han Solo. He probably should have died going after Kylo and Kylo killing him. That's what she should have had.
Man, I gotta find the stupid thing.
Well, you don't have to bring it up again. I was just.
No, I want to bring it up because, like, okay, well, I'll bring up a different one just because I had that one up.
You can bring up whatever you want. We can keep talking while you're looking for that, man. I mean, because that original story is. Have you guys read that story? It's a great story. Chewbacca getting killed by the moon.
Do you see it now? You see it? Is it up?
So I'm looking at I'm looking at that. So we got 3PO right up front.
It looks really big. Like, look how long it goes down right to the bottom of his you know what I mean? Right to his ankle, right to his knee.
Well, and that's actually to scale because Chewbacca's pretty big, right?
Yeah. So that would stop. That would mean that both wouldn't. That means that both wouldn't. Hey, Toriel, how's it going? Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. Long time no see. Yeah, but if you look at it, though, it doesn't fit him. So it would mean that would be Chewbacca's, not a secondary one, right? I'm just, I just feel like that's
okay.
Not,
I see. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, man. Like
if it was a secondary one, I don't see that being.
I think Chewie got injured and C-3PO picked it up because Chewie did get injured in The Force Awakens.
That's right.
And Han picked it up. Han picked up the bowcaster. They could repeat that the same way they repeat Finn yelling out Rey.
That was actually kind of a silly moment because, like, after Han and Chewie have been like working together for like 40 years, and like Han goes like, "Oh, I like this thing." After he shoots the bowcaster, like that's the first time he's ever used the bowcaster, even though Chewie's had that thing for like 40 effing years.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty funny.
So here's another thing that I found at the store, which was really interesting. Okay, so I'll play the video. And did you see this one?
I love that picture of Luke, man. It's a great picture of him.
It is great. So these are actually toys. So if you see it, hold on. It says Rey Jedi training Luke Skywalker Jedi Master. And this is with all the same toys that are. You could see the in the background. You could kind of see that it's with all the toys from the Rise of Skywalker. So it's not like it's from this movie, like it seems to be anyway.
Is it two figures? What is it? What's inside?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's inside. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's fine. I don't want to rush.
You see it now? This is what's inside when you open it.
So that means we're going to get more of Luke training Rey, which is, I guess, okay. But if that is the case, if this isn't just some weird, misdirect or some way to get people to buy something that doesn't exist in the fucking movie.
Well, that's the thing too. But like, I just found it weird because we've all been under the assumption that Leia was going to train Rey, right?
Yeah.
That's what we all thought, and now I'm seeing that maybe it's not Leia, right? Because I know a lot of people got upset because they're like, "Why would she train him? She's not a Jedi Master."
Hey, Shaney, is there any way you could zoom in where the Star Wars part is of the toy of the both figures?
Oh yeah, it says the Black Series.
Oh, that's all it says, Black Series? Okay.
Yeah, it says Black Series.
So yeah, that could be from The Last Jedi. That literally could be from The Last Jedi.
It could. I mean, she looks like Rey from The Last Jedi, but he doesn't look like Luke from The Last Jedi. Like, he definitely looks like, he looks kind of like the original Luke, like Abrams Luke.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the outfit that he wore at the end of TFA. So
I guess it could be. Like, I don't know, right? The only thing is that I've been to that store many times. I've never seen that there before, and it's right beside all the new stuff that came from the Rise.
It's like the wizard from the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's. See, I kept wondering, are they going Rise of Skywalker? Does that mean that Skywalker, is going to rise like Gandalf the White? Is that
if they did something like that, I would bawl my brains out and laugh my ass off. And
then if they do have an action figure of Luke, with the metal hand, he's a Force ghost. Would his hand be still a mechanical hand, or would it be a normal looking hand if he's Force ghost?
So I also have another image of this one is Kylo Ren. You can see.
Right. I think you're right. Sorry, I apologize, Shaney. I am so sorry. I just wanted to answer what you're talking about, Shaney, or DBS. You were mentioning. Yeah, I think you're right. Like. Can we look at that? I'm so sorry, Shaney. You were.
Yeah, no worries.
Is there any way you can pull up that? Just pull up that Luke one again, if you don't mind. Thank you so much.
The toy or the actual?
Yeah, the toy. Okay. So yeah, he's got what? He does have a mechanical hand there. So yeah, it's not. Yeah, if they had Force Ghost Luke, would be really fun to have, man. That's a toy I'd buy.
Did get of the this is Hasbro, believe it or not. I think this is not Kenner, as I saw that it's a Hasbro toy. Did get some Kenner reproductions. That's what Toriel just said. And now I'm going to pull up. This is the what was the one I was just what I had up here.
So Kenner and Hasbro are both making toys for this movie.
Well, this one we're still not sure if this one is still from The Last Jedi, but.
Right.
I feel just the way it looks.
I personally, what's that weapon?
Do you see this one? So the character that was working on C-3PO is called. Hold on. Do you see that? You see what I'm seeing? It's called. Hang on.
Yeah, he's wearing Chewbacca's sash, man. Holy fuck.
Look how big it is. It's huge.
Well, but that's not something that has to do with the bowcaster. Well, I guess maybe is that just that sash Chewbacca is an iconic sash that Chewbacca's always had. But what exactly exists on it? Is it just ammo? Is it just ammunition? Is that what he's wearing?
What it looks like.
What's the function of that sash? Let's find out right now.
So it's Babu. It's Babu Frick. That's the name of that guy. Because look, the guy that was working on his head.
Freak
is right there.
Freak is good.
Freaking Babu Frick.
Freak.
That's his name, Babu Frick. I'm surprised they didn't make his eyes glowing red. Which is kind of weird. I'm going to kick ass and take names.
Watch him have a real
I still don't understand how he shoots with those arms. Those arms look ridiculous for actual practical war.
Okay, so check it out. It's called the bandolier. A bandolier was a medium to large item of utilitarian clothing that the owner could wear around their left or right shoulder down across their torso as if it was a large belt. But Okay, so bandolier slung from Chewbacca's left shoulder contains enough extra firepower to take on the squad of Charge. So that is ammo that's exactly what it is. It's ammo for the bowcaster. So
it would make sense. Like, why would he wear it if it wasn't ammo? Like, it would just be encumbering him otherwise. But that's Chewie's, right? It has to be Chewie. So where is Chewie? Why? That's the question. Where is Chewie?
I think Chewie's going to be incapacitated for like 5 minutes, and 3PO is going to have to take care of protecting him or something. Like it'll be 3PO will probably have to see to him while Chewie's like on the ground, and then he literally just has to pick up the ammo and the caster and like mow down some stormtroopers. That's my speculation.
I hope you're right, because I don't want to be right on this. I don't, this is the one case I don't want to be.
You really,
right.
I just given the interviews that I've read and the stuff that I've heard, the reason why they changed everything is one of the biggest reasons why is to keep Chewbacca alive. Like, having Chewbacca die means that they would literally have to have another Wookiee, and to them, like I said, he's a visual stimulant of nostalgia. That's exactly what he is. That's all he is, and that's all they're using him for. They're using Chewbacca. So,
well, so is the Millennium Falcon, and look, they just made the Millennium Falcon in. By the way, just so I don't forget, hey, Chubby Teddy Monster, how's it going? Productions, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. We're discussing Rise of Skywalker.
Show the toys.
I agree with the Chubby Teddy Monster Productions that the toys suck since Disney took over. Yeah, I agree with you.
Well, the toys suck because the characters suck. If the characters were good, the toys wouldn't be so bad. I mean, I don't know about the quality. I mean, the quality, I can't say. I mean, the modern toys are well. Some of them are well made, but as far as quality, I don't know. But the characters are just shit. So of course the toys are gonna be shit. I wouldn't want to. No one's buying Rose Tico, because who is Rose Tico? Nobody wants, I'm sorry, nobody. Even remember we used to play with G.I. Joe. Do you remember G.I. Joe and how each character, they weren't just army men. They had characters. They all had their own thing. One guy was a fire guy. One guy was a ninja. One guy was spirit, had a hawk. They all had these really cool things that they did along, as well as, just looking cool and being a G.I. Joe. It's like He-Man and all these other characters. The original the original Star Wars characters had a guy with a lightsaber, a guy with a gun. These were awesome. Then they throw Rose Tico at you with the toy. Here's Haldo. Here's the toy, long neck giraffe. Have her eating off the top of the trees. That'll be a great thing for kids to play.
And the female characters for G.I. Joe were cool too. Like the Baroness was badass. She looked hot. She looked cool, and she just
Lady
looked cool.
J. It was so many.
Lady J was
Scarlet.
Cute. I mean, just guys, we didn't when we were kids. We didn't go out of our way to play with girl characters as the characters. But
true.
When we did, it was like we want someone cool.
Yeah. No. Yeah, no, and they, like you said, they had good. But none of the characters. Who wants to play? Let's play with milk face Luke. That's what we'll play with. Let's buy the milk faced Luke. That's a wonderful toy. Just smudged with blue milk all over his face.
Yeah, I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm with the Force.
Who
well,
wants
they made that one. They made the toy of him in his damn hut, and it's horrible. It's the most depressing thing I've ever seen in my life. Did you see what Chubby Teddy Monster Productions says about? He's talking about the toys, and he says, just more expensive but less value, like them Kardashians.
Well, he agrees with us about the G.I. Joe. That's good.
I want some Kardashian action figures. Damn it!
Well, I'd rather have our Kardashian than Haldo. I'll take Kardashians over Haldo any day. Although my toy would be a blow-up doll, a lot bigger. I wouldn't even accept a Haldo doll as a gift. If someone gave it to me as a gift, I would reject it. That would be the end of our friendship. You can keep it. No, I'm just kidding.
Somebody gave me Admiral Holdo Funko Pop, and I took that and I ran it over with my truck.
I love that video. I loved watching that video. It was great.
And then I took Brie Larson, did the same thing. Dedicated that to Entertainment Hacker. For you, buddy, I'm gonna run over Brie Larson Funko Pop with my truck.
Okay, there's one more toy I'm going to show you. It's nothing. It's not a spoiler or anything, but it is an interesting toy. Just to show how kind of he doesn't barely wear his helmet the whole movie long, and then they give you the toy. So do you see it? Can you see it now? Is it up? Can you guys see?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have the video going. So
wait, who's that guy? Who's that character? I'm just kidding.
Okay, so we got here something called Purge Stormtrooper. I don't know if you see it, the Purge Stormtrooper. I don't know what that is, but it looks kind of cool. I will say the Purge Stormtrooper looks kind of cool. I don't know what it's purging. Maybe it's purging Ryan Johnson's version. That'd be great. But you see Kylo Ren's mask; it's all cracked, the cracked mask. So we know that this is definitely from. And I'm trying to figure out what lightsaber. Oh, it's red, right? It's red. So obviously, it's a red background, so we can't see it. But yeah, so, and who wouldn't want to? It's that toy. So I just thought that was an interesting toy that they're showing. But who wouldn't have wanted to play with Kylo Ren shirtless? That was another cool toy they could have put for the the Last Jedi.
And he comes with the iron set. He comes with the ironing set, right?
Yeah, and like you buy it, and then you send in, and they'll send you your very own Kylo Ren high pants, like so you could wear to this, get all the ladies, get your very own Kylo Ren high pants, old man pants. Chubby Petty Monster Productions says, plus the distribution sucked for Disney Star Wars, but then again, the cool characters, were killed off. Even Admiral Akbar, I numb and going down in the movie. I bet. Yeah. He also said, I don't know what purging, I do not know what it purging. Classic. Oh, what it's purging, I'm guessing.
Yeah, purging its own Sith essence, because all these red stormtroopers have Sith powers now, the Sith troopers, so they have to purge their own Sith essence.
Well, I'm actually surprised.
Is Neen Nub confirmed? No, I'm sorry. He mentioned Neen Nub. Is he going to be in this? I guess, yeah, dude. They're going to kill everybody. Everybody's going to die in this movie. Sorry.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm really suspicious. I mean, I never thought in a million years that we're going to get rid of the Millennium Falcon, especially since Galaxy's Edge has Millennium Falcon. Like, doesn't that seem counterproductive? Hey, come to a ship that no longer exists, everybody. And I don't see why Mickey Mouse would allow that. I just spent a whole bunch of money on this, and you're going to kill off the damn character, which is a ship. God damn it! It doesn't make any sense to me. But unless my theory, which is still the Back to the Future theory, where I think Rey needs to go back in time to recruit a real like, think about it. They need to put. They're so desperate for soldiers that they have to make our C-3PO a soldier, right? I mean, presumably.
Yeah.
So, this is a JJ plot line. It totally is. Go back in time to recruit past heroes and bring them to the future. And the Millennium Falcon we're seeing is the past Millennium Falcon that is going to blow up at some point, or the new Millennium Falcon will blow up, and the old Millennium Falcon will stay in this timeline that they've created. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So one Millennium Falcon, that's the only thing that makes sense to me, because at some point, it doesn't make sense that they would blow up the Millennium. Just like you said, it doesn't make sense for them to kill Chewbacca. It doesn't make sense for them to blow up the Millennium Falcon. Less sense, in my opinion, to blow up the Millennium Falcon. So maybe that dish is a very suspicious dish to me. You pull up that picture of the Millennium Falcon with that old dish on it, and those ships don't look modern; they look very old. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, I'm curious. Well, the problem is that with JJ's whole thing is that he doesn't care about the time progression. He's always just constantly going. I mean, that just goes back to my old thing that I always talk about with JJ. When they first asked him, the first thing he thought of was, oh, it's got to have stormtroopers, it's got to have X-wings, it's got to have TIE fighters. Like, he didn't even think, oh yeah, this is 30 years later. And that was his first thing in mind. He didn't care. So, but anyway, to answer what you were saying about, like, all those characters, like, it's stupid for them to kill 3PO. It's stupid for them to kill Chewbacca. It's stupid for them to get rid of the Falcon. Now, I have a question for you guys to rebuttal what you were talking about. Was The Last Jedi, was the Falcon with the rectangular or square?
Yes.
At the end? At the end it was? Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's the whole time travel thing will
Well, there's a lot of evidence to support it, and I'll show you. Like for instance, the sequence which we saw where Rey is leaping over the TIE fighter. Remember that?
Yes, which I think is a dream sequence, but yeah.
Well, maybe not.
If that's even in the movie anymore, if that may not even be in the movie.
True. But the gloves, and someone pointed it out and did a good analysis on it, that looks like Darth Vader. Why is Darth Vader there?
Darth Vader going after Rey is once again lackluster, man. Rey against any villain.
I'm not saying I enjoy it. I'm not saying I like it.
No. I know. Yeah. I'm merely addressing it. Sorry. I'm getting a little.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm the messenger. Not with the messenger.
What did you say?
Yeah, horse choke, Shaney.
Yeah. My Star Wars theories suck. You should put up a sign. Shaney's Star Wars theories suck.
Yeah, I don't know if you're interested, Shaney, but I have the part queued up where I run over the Holdo.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Post
All
it.
right, click share.
I shall share.
It's this. Oh my gosh!
Is it up? Or did I?
Uh-oh. We lost. Okay, Ben. We lost Ben.
Get back.
Okay,
you can get rid of me if you need to show. You can get rid of me.
No.
Okay, here we go.
Prepared a sacrifice.
I love that. It's a great sample. Dude, your car was in key with the music. Did you notice that?
Yeah. And then I had to back it up to make sure.
Hey, free plug for Entertainment Hacker.
Yeah, free plug for a hacker, because the next I run over Brie Larson, but Brie Larson actually survived.
I remember that. I watched that.
Captain Marvel, so she's a Mary Sue. Of course she'll survive.
Of course she will.
She's like a cockroach. You can't get
I went back and forth over, and it survived.
I want to make a stop motion of real Star Wars versus Disney Star Wars, and so all the Disney Star Wars is just like Funko Pops. It's like the cheesy, cheap ass version. So like all the Disney Star Wars are just Funko Pops, and then we have the real Star Wars, and then have them fight, have them do a stop motion fighting. I'd love to do that.
Chubby Teddy Monster Production says, "Yep, JJ went in with an algorithm mindset when constructing Star Wars sequels, but then again, Disney is a licensing company." Yeah, well, exactly. That's what movies are right now. Anyway, they're all algorithms. And didn't Disney say that they were even going to go further with algorithms? Wasn't there like that thing that they said now they're going to actually make algorithms to for wokeness?
Gina Davis, man, Gina Davis. I used to have the biggest crush on her when I was young. I used to love Gina Davis, and now she's just kind of an idiot SJW crazy person. She's part of that. She's helping to perpetuate that whole thing. The entire having, so they're gonna have like any script that gets turned into Disney is gonna be, or Disney probably, because everything is gonna be Disney now. It's, and any script that gets any script that gets turned in is going to have to go through this.
Yeah,
and if it has any gender bias whatsoever, it's going to.
That's going to be such wonderful storytelling. I can't wait. I just can't wait for algorithms and computers to.
Glad.
It's just going to be so wonderful that it's just going to be like, wow, art is just at its prime. I'm going to have an algorithm for my channel too. I'm going to Shaney Entertaining, or Shaneyology is going to be replaced by a female, because there's just I can't stay any longer. They're just gonna have to replace me. It's gonna Bond was replaced. Why not me? Why not me too? Are you guys hearing rumblings about Fanatics of Film being replaced by female addicts?
Dude, after I kill myself, it will be. After I slaughter myself, it will be.
But yeah. So anyway, I just how about those leaks? Yes, you had those leaks up that picture with Rey and Kylo together.
I will pull that up right now.
Let's see that leak.
Oh yeah, that one. That's the photo that you're talking about.
It was 2 leaks, yeah, and not the toilet leaks. pull those up. I got another leak. Yeah, I got another leak as well.
Chubby Teddy Monster Production says, "Yep, JJ went in with algorithm mindset when constructing Star Wars sequels, but then again, Disney is licensing company." Yeah, exactly. And it's so this whole thing, dude. I am scared of JJ. Dude, JJ is gonna do a Green Lantern movie, man.
Oh no!
He's gonna, dude. Oh gosh, what an.
Go ahead and share it.
Sure.
He's so one-dimensional.
So
yeah. So here we go. We got.
And this
Ray.
is confirmed. This is a confirmed actual leak. This is not like a. Okay. It's not.
I mean,
it looks pretty. I mean, it's predictable. It's obvious that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna.
But both with blue lights. What is it? Okay. Are we living in a universe where color just changes because your mood changes? Like he goes. You know what I'm saying? Like did he have time to turn it blue? Or is it like rainbow colored because his mind is beautiful now, and now it just turned blue because he's blue? Just like what Doomcock said about the logistics of having red eyes. You actually have to have an actual red light to. And if he wasn't designed with a red light, he wouldn't emit a red light. Just because his mood is darker doesn't make it darker.
They make what happens is the Sith make the kyber crystals bleed. Because the kyber crystals are a living force entity, right? So that's what happens there, and that's why it turns red. Because they actually reinforce the kyber crystal with dark side energy, and that it makes the kyber crystal bleed. So therefore, that's what makes it turn red, and that's why, that's why you have this. That's why Sith lords have red lightsabers, and that was something that was modified since old canon, but. I mean, that's it's kind of silly. It's like it makes you wonder. Okay, Luke's probably going to hand him a blue lightsaber. Then I don't know where he's going to get the blue lightsaber from, but he'll obviously
exactly. But anyway, that was.
If Rey carries a spare lightsaber, or she repaired the old Anakin lightsaber, and then she has her own.
I think it's just funny how they're going to try to they're going to try to do what everybody said was virtually impossible. I mean, everybody said this at the end of The Force Awakens when everybody was so pissed off at how Han Solo went out. Han Solo should have went out with the Falcon with Chewie. Chewie and Han and the Falcon should have died in a blaze of glory in battle. And for Han to go out like just a chump like he did, everybody was so pissed off about it. And the fact that, and they even had big major discussions about this, talking about how Han Solo had died on screen. He was killed on screen by his own son. And therefore, even though Vader was redeemed, even after Vader had killed kids, but off screen, but he killed Han Solo and on screen. So therefore, Kylo is irredeemable. That was their whole thing. That was like the argument for like I think it was like a year after The Force Awakens came out. Everybody was arguing about the possibilities of actual redeeming Kylo, and Kylo just doesn't deserve to be
seem redeemable. It just seems he had his chance in The Last Jedi and he blew it, right? He rejected it, and I just don't see it now, but whatever. They got to do something. So here's the other leak. Apparently, can you see it? You guys see that one? Do you see it, guys?
Yeah, that's funny because isn't that like is that robe that Palpatine is wearing? That looks like an older robe to me, and I could be wrong. But what do you guys think? Is that a robe from?
I think it looks like from Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah,
where Yoda's talking and he's laughing after he zaps Yoda.
I mean, it's not all black.
I'm going to throw this to you guys. If this is old Palpatine, right? Just out of curiosity, just another crazy thought that I had.
He's 100. He's 112 years old if he's been alive this whole time.
No, but like if they go back, remember that? Did you guys watch Endgame? Remember Thanos? Remember the Thanos from the past goes to the future?
Yes.
Do you remember that? He travels in time. And the one that they're fighting isn't the real Thanos. It's not the other Thanos from the other movie, but it's a different Thanos. Sorry, spoiler alerts, but you should have seen the movie by now. What if this is Disney. What if they're just rehashing the same story, and this is Palpatine right after Clone Wars. You know what I mean? Like, what if this is a different Palpatine, like if an older Palpatine? It's just anything, and it could be anything at this point. And
Well,
I don't.
in the trailer they show a little bit of the back of Palpatine's head, and he's like a little bit above Rey, and he's wearing a black robe.
Okay, so I have a thought, you guys. I have a thought. So here we are. So
I'm just going to. Hey, fake taxi. Sorry to cut you off. Thank you for joining the live stream, guys. Go ahead. Sorry. Fan. Go, Ben. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No worries. No, it's not even at all. Are you kidding? We should acknowledge everybody in the chat. Hail fake taxi 122. Hail chubby Teddy Monster Productions. I'm scared about JJ's Green Lantern movie too. He says, yeah, it's just gonna be silly. It's gonna be ridiculous because like everybody at Warner Brothers and whatever are gonna be just like, hail JJ, and he's gonna be making all these DC Comics movies, and he's just gonna tank the whole thing. It's gonna be this weird. It's like DC finally got its ass up off the ground. It was finally building great stuff, and now we are We're gonna see DC fail again. It's gonna be weird, and it's gonna suck because I love DC Comics, and it's just gonna be a shame.
Well, I mean, they haven't succeeded yet. I mean, a few decent movies is not a successful franchise.
Well, what I mean is they were starting to pick themselves up. That's just my 2 cents. We had Wonder Woman was good, Aquaman was good for whatever that's worth.
Hey, Shane, share what I have on the.
Sure, man.
Fake taxi 122 says, I think the Emperor wants to clap Rey.
Okay. So if that robe if it were to be brown, then I would kind of believe that picture, that leak. But who knows? You know, maybe there's 2 Palpatines, one from the past, one from the future.
It's hard to see from that angle, though, right?
It's just hard to pull off.
That angle kind of looks awkward because it's also you can't really tell, and sometimes the color changes depending on the actual.
I mean, I literally I think that is Palpatine. The reason why is because in the trailer, Palpatine is laughing in this scene. And it may just be a misdirect. It might just be an editing thing where they put his audio over it, and it may not be someone else. Anyway, that's just weird. But okay, so my thought is, this is my 2 cents. So have any of you guys watched Rebels and they have the World Between Worlds, right? You know what I'm talking about when I say the World Between Worlds? Okay, so JJ probably didn't even know what it was. Hopefully someone told him what it was. Hopefully he got with Filoni and they figured this out. And hopefully they will, if they do incorporate any time travel at all whatsoever, hopefully they do use the World Between Worlds, because that is something that is canon now. And is something that I just hope to God they do use, because in Rebels, and once again, I didn't like Rebels. It was like literally half the show that the Clone Wars was. The Clone Wars was extraordinary to me. I freaking loved that show. Mm-hmm. And Rebels was literally like a wannabe Clone Wars. It was not nearly as good. It was just still kind of subpar, just crappy stuff. But anyway, the point that I was making is that one of the big reveals in that last season of Rebels, you've got Palpatine trying to encroach in there and trying to weasel his way into the World Between Worlds. And the World Between Worlds is this place where everything is interconnected. So we have this, you literally have, and you can go anywhere. I mean, it's like when they entered this room, you literally had one doorway where you could hear Leia saying, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. And then the very next, it's just literally, it's kind of silly, because then once again, it's too much power. You can retcon anything you want to at this point, and it changes. It's too much power. It's too much power to retcon actual storylines that we know and love. But my point is that if they do incorporate that, and Palpatine somehow gets through that portal and comes here, I mean, I don't know why he'd go. I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe he sees Snoke die in the World Between Worlds, and then he goes through the corridor into this timeline. So that would be
anything is possible. I mean, like I said, it's at this stage anything is possible. I'm trying, like, if you want to go into this movie, I've said before, if you want to go into this movie and enjoy this movie, you're gonna have to go in completely assumption free, and just expecting nothing good, and just take it as it comes, as like a you know what I mean. You have to put half your brain away in order to actually go into this and enjoy this, which I think is going to be hard for a lot of us who've invested a lot of time, and you know what I mean, and just there's just too much baggage to follow us to this movie. So it's like, as much as probably we'd like to put the Last Jedi away and just think of cool possibilities like we did after The Force Awakens, right? I mean, we just thought about a million different possibilities as why, you know, about like who's Snoke and all that stuff. We all had theories. Now we're kind of getting back to the who's this? And we, you know what I mean? You catch yourself just now being a fan for like a half a second again. Remember, like I just hear you talking and like me talking, just it sounds like we want to be fans again. But like, yeah, the baggage that goes along with it, it's hard to shed. It's hard to shake. Look at me. I think we lost.
I have it queued up. If you guys are interested, Cheney, Ben, I have it queued up. The World Between Worlds clip.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I'm gonna have to go do something, guys. Can you guys handle this for a bit? I'll be back.
Okay. Just click share. All right. There we go.
Fake Taxi says you spoiled the game. What? Oh, you spoiled the end game. Oh, sorry.
Whoops.
Shaney, you spoiled Endgame. Damn it. For Fake Taxi 122. Well, damn it. It wasn't that good of a movie. Yeah, that's the World Between Worlds. I mean, this is the scene where okay, so we got Ezra. Is that Ezra or Kanan?
Ezra.
This is the scene where he
wants to he saves Ahsoka, and he wants to save Kanan, but Ahsoka's like, nah, let him explode. And then Palpatine tries to get in. And then he hears voices of the past, you know. I was hoping one voice.
It's a pretty cool concept. It's just to me it's too much power. But yeah, it's
canon, right? This is canon.
It's canon. Yeah.
They could go back and use this.
But I think this is literally the episode that Palpatine tries to get him.
Yeah, he tries. Palpatine wants access to this World Between Worlds.
Yeah.
So he could really wreak havoc in the galaxy.
But that would be one way to make it really insane, is introducing this into a movie. So if they did do this, I think it would be it'd be worthwhile if they're going the time travel route, you know what I mean? Because if they're going to go the time travel route and have it not be this, like, that would be silly. That would be stupid. Do you agree with me on that?
Yeah.
Okay, so Chubby Teddy says...
weird. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I hate those damn owls. I'm not a fan of the Filoni must make really fat creatures. Like, he makes Filoni's world... He always tries to make these really fat, and at least in Rebels, he always made these like really fat animals. He always makes really fat animals.
Well, he's a chubby chaser.
Yeah, it's really stupid.
Go ahead and you can read what the Chubby Teddy Monster said.
Yeah, Chubby Teddy Monster Production says. Hold on a second. I mean, this was a great moment. This was probably the best part of Rebels right here.
What can I do?
Wow. Okay, so that was actually pretty well done. I forgot about that scene. That's a really well done scene. And we all thought Ahsoka was done for, so that was actually a cool moment. I remember because we had a whole season break for that. Do you remember? Were you watching that at the time?
Yes.
So yeah, that was a whole season break at that point. Let's see. Chubby Checker says, trying to catch up. I have a feeling that Rey and Kylo uniting shouldn't have taken place in episode 8. If anything, episode 8 wouldn't have ended feeling like a dead end. Ryan Johnson is not for Star Wars. Yeah.
Torio G, thanks for joining us.
Wait, what happened?
Good night.
Where
Yeah, thanks
am
for
I?
being.
He said,
Sorry, guys, I'm back. Thank you, guys.
Chubby Teddy Monster Productions called Ryan without a Johnson. He calls him Ryan without a Johnson. Is not for Star Wars. You're right. He's not a Star Wars fan. He pretends to be a Star Wars fan, and he's just like, I mean, he's like, yeah, I can't wait for episode 9. I can't wait to be a fan again. It's
How
like, you're
old
not a
is he?
fucking fan, man.
How old is he?
He's our age. He's about 40, 41.
My life.
He's like a year younger than me, I think.
Well, then he doesn't really understand. Like, even you and me, and like we're not old enough to truly understand, you know, like what it meant to enjoy. Like, I'm 40 years old, just like you guys, but I mean, I wasn't alive. I mean, I was just barely being born when Star Wars came out, and I wasn't old enough to go see the movies. I was in diapers, so I don't know what it was like. I didn't live through the 70s and the hardships of the 70s and the 60s to know what Star Wars actually meant, you know, to these people. And even so, but yet we still can kind of appreciate it. And so for him, I would say it's sort of the same thing. I don't think he could truly understand what.
But our age group is in my personal opinion. Johnny, you're a little bit older, so you know. But I mean, I met people who are just about 10 years older than me who don't like it because they were literally trying to get laid when Star Wars came out. Like, they didn't care.
Yeah.
They were literally like older, and they were just like going out on dates. They're like, I don't want to go see Star Wars. I want to go see this gangster flick because I want to get laid with my girlfriend, whatever. It's like that was the whole. Anyway, that was what.
So opinion. Sorry. Opinion just joined us. Hey, bud, how's it going? I'm glad you could be here. If you want to join our discussion, let me know. I'll send you a link.
You could send him the link.
I will send you the link. Look, Link, the plane.
I want to show Chubby Teddy Monster a clip of what the fans think of his work, where they slap him in the face. I don't know if he's interested in seeing Ryan Johnson get slapped in the face.
I think we are all interested in seeing that. That's I think that's most of us are interested in that. I think Ryan Johnson even is interested in that. He seems like a masochistic. I think he'd also be very interested in getting smacked in his face.
Just keep smacking me. I like it.
Something he'd love to.
Keep hitting me. Whip me while you're at it. You have anything harder? Have anything with God? Yes. It's like, oh yes, keep hitting me.
Sorry, that was uncalled for.
No, don't even know. I'm just trying to not be pissed about this whole thing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just really, really fucking pissed off.
Okay, so make you feel better or worse?
I sent people the link for the. Okay, here we go.
Dude. Well, we can bring up the stuff for Opinion again. Opinion wanted to talk about this stuff, but we love.
Would you just loop that over and over again, like for an hour, just like just have like those video channels that you could just sit and relax with relaxing music, you know, like for meditation purposes, like soothing cathartic video of him taking a shot in the face over and over again.
When I added the slap, I put the volume as high as it goes.
It's super. It's like this crack. It's this really like obtrusive crack. It's great. Chetty Monster Production says Ryan without a Johnson is like Brian Michael Bendis writing Superman or being at DC for that matter. Exactly. Totally so true. If you guys know what's happening with DC Comics right now, Brian Michael Bendis Superman sucks ass. So true. Chubby Teddy also says, "Who would you gangsters feel if? How would you feel if How would you gangsters feel if JJ makes episode 9 tell us that episode 8 was just a dream, kind of like that?" I mean, so many people are speculating that, and I think that honestly, I think that he just. I mean, he seems dead set on having Luke still dead no matter what. And that was like the one thing that episode 8, I mean, episode 8 was awful for many reasons, but I think that in general, that was one of the biggest things that that it pisses everybody off. And Luke was supposed to do specific things. He had a purpose in episode 9, according to Trevorrow, and he had a purpose. He had a thing. He had a real story that was going to happen in episode 9. So it's kind of silly and kind of crazy.
Well, I mean, it's funny because he didn't even have didn't he also have a bigger role in the first one too, in The Force Awakens, and then even he thought he was going to have a bigger role, and then where am I? He's at the end of the 5 seconds at the end of the at the end of the movie, and it really is. It's like what the biggest slap in the face, going back to that Worf slap in the face, is that part where he says, "I want to see my friends again," right? And it's like, aren't we? Isn't that what we think? Doesn't that echo our feelings? Didn't we want to see our friends again together for the first time, which we never got to see? Didn't we want to see Luke, Leia, Han together? The cast all in one shot together, at least doing one thing. Why? And then they give. I want to see my friends again, and it's like you see these foreign faces to him, like, I meant my real friends. Who are you people?
That's the meme. That's the meme. That's going to be. I mean, it's funny too, because all the people there in the scene are people that aren't his friends. But then it cuts right to himself and R2 and Chewbacca. It's like,
yeah. It's like the editing is making it like, oh, there's his friends.
Yeah.
Opinion says this trailer is a nothing burger, all the same nonsense from different camera angles, no story, no emotion. It's hollow, just like my emotions. Hollow, Sleepy Hollow. Watching that movie. Well, yeah. I mean, I also think that remember what I just pulled up. I pulled up, the Knights of Ren. We saw Rey hop over a bloody what do you call it? TIE fighter. We saw horses on a bloody horses on the top of a ship. We see the rise of we're seeing so much happen in this movie. This is going to be a shit. Just think about all the stuff we saw in the trailer. This movie is going to be fucking crazy. It's just going to be one sequence after the next. The pacing is going to be insane. In order to get all this into a movie, it's going to be insane. Wouldn't you say, just think about all the stuff we've seen to make this all make sense. It's going to be one sequence after the next. It's going to be like a Michael Bay flick. We're going to be sitting there at the end of it, Clockwork Orange, your eyes are going to be red and freaking out. Yeah, people are going to leave the screen with anxiety and epilepsy.
That's the way Star Trek was, man. The whole thing was one giant strobe light lens flare. I mean, that's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get strobe light lens flare, and then we're gonna get probably a dreams that the opening sequence. We'll see young Luke and Leia, Luke training Leia when they were younger. But it's like you had your chance to put a lightsaber in Carrie Fisher's hand in The Force Awakens, and you didn't fucking take it. It's like you had a chance to do that. You had your chance, and you lost. You totally. It's like they squandered everything that they've had. They squandered everything. This is a potentially $1 trillion IP.
Mm-hmm. So Opinion says they're trying to force us to feel things about these characters that we never will. It's schlock. It's definite schlock, and yeah, definitely like that moment where they're hugging. I want to call you my mommy. Can I call you my mommy? And Leia's like, I don't know what to do about this chick. She wants me to go, all right, let's hug. And then poor Chewie's in the back going,
Did you guys see the meme I put in there? I put in Rod of the Hutt just going, ooh. Just
yeah.
Did you guys see that? I made that Rod of the Hutt jumping in.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's all that is just outtakes from them hugging at the end of The Force Awakens when Chewie when they forgot Chewie. That's all it is.
Yeah, I know. Can you imagine? And so Chubby Teddy Monster Productions says, "Can you imagine what it would be like if JJ announced Luke is still alive in this movie?" I think a lot of people would be happy by that, at least a little bit. I think that would be at least something. Hey, Luke is still alive,
dude. If JJ announced that, they literally would make probably $1 billion more. If people knew that Luke Skywalker was alive in this movie, people would go opening night. Like I think that they would actually start selling out seats. Like they would start selling out theaters right now. Like if they had announced that right now.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of people would be like, okay, now we get a chance to see something. But again,
everyone I've talked to have said that. They said Luke's not alive. Screw it, I'm gone. I've talked to so many people who said that.
I mean, I'm like, even just him being a Force ghost is just so, like that is actual schlock to me. It's so on the nose. Oh, here's it's like let's subvert expectation. But
well, Luke said he was. Mark Hamill said he was pretty unhappy. He seemed pretty unhappy with how things are going. So it does make you wonder. It's like, okay, so
yeah, I don't think he's alive. I think he has one scene and that's it. That's my opinion.
I love it how we have the Titanic hanging out with frozen Bespin.
and Superman is flying as well.
Yeah, I said that all three movies were filmed at the same location. You have Superman in the corner flying away from the what's this?
The Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, and then you have the Titanic crashed into the iceberg, and then you have Star Wars. Perfect. And I also did this other meme. I'll show you guys right now. I'll push play.
But how did Emperor get on an ice planet? Was it indoor?
Say it again, Shane.
How did he end up in this ice planet anyway? Doesn't he belong to be an Endor? Like, doesn't that make
sense? Sorry, go ahead.
It's fine.
No, play it.
Okay, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it right now for everybody.
Taking one last look, sir, at my friends. Well, bye.
Oh, just leave me, sir. I'm doomed. You should have just left him. We need another soldier. Who can we get? How about the guy whose arms can't move, who walks around like this? He gets and has no dexterity, can't even barely walk or run. Let's put him on the front lines. Like, at least when he was, his head was on an actual battle droid, like that would have made more sense. Taking his head, putting it on the battle droid, not the battle droid's head, and putting it on him. That made no sense. You know what I mean? Like, think about that. In the prequels, they knew enough to take his head and put it on a battle droid, so he can keep his memories. Sort of, I think he kept his memories, and it's just like, and use in this way, his body is more equipped to actually shoot than let's take his brain and put it in a battle droid. It makes no sense. Roger. So what is he going to be? Roger. Is he going to be walking around yelling that all day? Especially the battle droids had other things they did. They folded. They had their dexterity. They ran. It wasn't just, let's put him in that one.
What was the rumor? What's going to happen with the battle droid? What are they getting? What information are they retaining from the battle droid?
I don't know. I don't know the rumor on that. You probably know better than I do.
Opinion says it wouldn't matter to me if Luke were in this. There's nothing left for him to do, even if he has a scene. It will just be some stupid advice. I agree completely with your opinion, but I mean, I can only wish and want. And have expressed my desire for him to be in it. I personally think that that scene that we see where Rey is faced up against Palpatine, it's so stupid. It's going to be so lackluster and so boring. It's like for her to be beaten down by Palpatine and then Luke to show up and save her, like that would be actually something worth seeing. Like of course we won't
by a man in this day and age. Give me a break.
Of course not.
You want a miracle. That's never gonna happen.
I'm just saying it would probably make them $1 billion if that's if that really would happen. It would probably make them lots of money.
But here's what I will say about him being alive again. it's still a travesty that he died alone on an island by himself with nobody to mourn him. Nobody even knows he's dead. Like, think about that. Maybe Leia does because she felt it in the Force, but nobody else knows. He didn't die a hero to where everyone goes, he died. Like, Tony Stark dies, everybody knows it. It's front page news. He's a hero. He went out like a god, right? This guy, sorry guys, I know I keep ruining Endgame. Sorry guys.
That was funny.
You're going forward. Endgame is ruined.
Well, it's like you've had what 6 months to watch the movie.
I know. If you don't know that's going on by now, then you're the problem. But like he goes out like a hero. Luke goes out fading away on the cliff of a mountain with nobody he loves around him, nobody to shed a tear for him, nobody to even know that. And yet somehow at the end of The Last Jedi, they wanted us to believe that he went out a hero and he had a hero's death. Isn't that the death you imagined for Luke? Just to him fart and just disappear? Like, which makes me wonder, like, what kind of fart is Leia going to blow for her to die? Because she's not going to get struck by anything. She's going to fade away too, 100%. She's going to fart away too, somehow.
She's a woman though, so I doubt she'll die.
She has to. She's dead in real life. They can't keep her. Carrie Fisher's dead.
That's their whole paradoxical bullshit type of way of thinking. Like Carrie Fisher really dies, so they keep her alive. Luke's still alive, so they kill him. So it's like it's just their BS way of thinking. They just don't.
Unless they turn Luke into Leia and they go transgender, do something like that, just to really get into the wokeness. I don't know. some weird transmogrification of the brains. I don't know. Part of me thinks this movie has the potential to be fun if you turn your brain off, but part of me also thinks that there's just too much baggage to go along with it.
I might drink a little bit before I go.
No, I'm not. I don't know if I'll see it. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to because it's like I have to because then we can do a live stream afterwards and bitch about it. So
this movie sucked. I spent all my money on it.
Well, so I gotta go, guys. I am so sorry.
I know it's fine. It's getting we can cut this out anyway. We kind of said everything we needed to say anyway. So all right, guys. So I'm gonna say goodbye. Thank you guys for everybody who came. Opinion. Thank you for your input and your opinion. Check out his channel, by the way. If you guys are still here, check out Opinion. Check out who else? I think Toriel G was here. Check her out. Also check out Rhodes Rants channel as well. And don't forget to check us out. Right, you got Fanaddicts Film. Great storyteller. Great musician. Great reviewist. Death by Saber. Great videos. Check his channel out where he. Well, no, that's not that video. That's the other channel. I was going to say where you do operations on feet, but that's not the one. He does great videos where he puts lightsabers on people and has really awesome, cool effects. And me, go check my channel out, Shaneology. All right. So thank you guys for coming. And any last requests? Anybody else have to say anything?
Leia, opinion says Leia will be returned in 1977. She won't die. Yeah. Dude, I'm curious to what you think. What did you think of them redoing her digitally in Rogue One? Opinion. What did you think of Leia being? A lot of people had problems with it. I mean, I could see why people didn't like it. I was fine with it just because it's like you rewatch that scene and it's weird. But
the Leia in Rogue One looked fake, but Tarkin looked really good. Looked real.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he looked decrepit to begin with. I mean, he looked like. I mean, it's Tarkin just looked like he looked like a. Well, he just was old in the original. Like he looked sunk. I even make joke about him being. I mean, the actor's a great actor, but I mean, come on, he looked like a vampire.
Dude. I'm sorry. Sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just I think so. It's like I think anything they do to him was an improvement. Leia was beautiful, gorgeous. You know, I
was laughing at what Chubby Chetty Monster Production said before he leaves. This is hilarious, you guys. All right, play as gangsters and Bone Thugs. Time for me to dip out. I'm subscribed and I smashed the like button like Freddie Prinze Jr. smashes an 8-ball of devil's dandruff.
Oh yeah, that's another thing we got to talk about too. Eventually, we got to talk about that Freddie
Yeah.
Prinze Jr.
Chubby, Teddy, Monster, subscribe to Fanatics of Film, and welcome to come check out my weird videos here, Death by Saber.
Yep, check out his videos, guys. Check out everybody on this list. Just subscribe to everybody. Let's just support each other out. And just, we got the Joker here, guys. The Joker made an appearance. Wait till they get a load of me.
From the 1960s. All right. Take it easy, guys. Have a good one.
All right,
See you
guys.
later.
See you
See you later.
guys all later.
Bye.
Bye.